Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Terrence Swears, and I'm bringing you the 80s look today if you guys are watching on YouTube, but if you're listening on whatever podcast platform, just imagine like big 80s hair, leveraging my hormones and the wave and curl that it's brought back into it. So aside from the 80s hair, today I want to talk about something a little bit different than is typical on my podcast. I want to talk about Master Resell Rights and really understanding the digital wealth component to it. You guys probably by now have seen a flood of this on your social feeds. It is all over my Instagram. And honestly, at first it was intriguing and then it got annoying. And then when the right person and I had a conversation about it, so Kiana, this is you, I really started to understand it. And for me, it took somebody that I like, trusted, and respect to break it down to me. And I'm not saying anyone that had been talking about it and maybe introduced it to me before, that I didn't like, trust, or respect, but it just wasn't the right time for me to receive the information. So my girlfriend Kiana, we've been in the online marketing industry, me for 15 years and she for about 12, so pretty close. So we really had some really interesting dialogues about it because I wanted to better understand it. Why are all these people in the online space? And for me, coming from a multi-level marketing background, why were all these people all of a sudden doing this? And what the hell was even master resale rights? So I want to kind of break this down and help you understand what master resale rights are and how it could be a benefit to you in the digital world, meaning digital marketing. And, digital marketing is not going anywhere. If anything, it is like full throttle going sailing in through 2023. It, according to Forbes magazine, as a matter of fact, it is set to be a $1 billion industry by 2025. Like, okay. I mean, everything is done on our phones. Everything's done on our computers. We can pay with our phones. You pay with your eyes and your hands, which I think is weird. I'm not going there. But everybody that has a product or a service has the ability to sell that as a digital measure to their consumer, to their niche audience. So this is what I wanted to share a little bit about it and give you a little bit more awareness and how this could either be something that you're like, okay, now I get it, or, oh, this is pretty cool, or, you know what, I don't need to do any of that. I'm good, but now I know. So just to break down the basics of master resale rights is a licensing agreement that grants you the right to resell a product at 100% of the profits. And this is a digital product. Okay. So, but the cool thing is not only can you resell it at 100% of the profits, but it grants you and your customers the right to do the same with this product. So essentially you're buying a product and you're buying the rights to resell it at 100% profit. So what you paid for this product, you're basically having the rights to resell it at the same price and enabling that to your customers to do the very same. The cool part is though, at least, coming from an MLM background, it's not a tiered system. So if I sell this course to a friend and she turns and goes and sells it to her friend, she makes 100% of the profit. I get squat. So I really like that just because there's no like, oh, I have to manage a team and I have to, get all this inventory and, yada, yada. It is so simplistic. And I love that there's so much diversity to it. So let's talk about, why you would want to sell something like this or even get involved in something like this. So here's kind of how I viewed it when I started to see the potential benefits. Initially, it's an instant product. So if you're like, gosh, I'm really passionate about fitness or coaching in some category of the regard, maybe you have a real estate business or you're a hairdresser or you have a staging business or you name it, insert anything. You could be an attorney, you can be an accountant. Everybody's business basically has a digital or an online component to it. This day and age, like any business and service, except for hair. I guess you couldn't get on and do that unless you had product to sell, right? But this gives you an instant product to sell. right? It's basically done for you. So this course that I personally purchased, it's called Learn and Earn Profits. And it also comes the complimentary course called the Roadmap. So it's basically two in one. And I didn't have to create it. Now I have spent years and a sickening amount of money on courses like this, and only to be completely overwhelmed because the information was so vast that I didn't even know where to start. This course is like literally dumbed down, broken down step by step by step to like the micro thing to a brand new user that might not understand it. So to have a product right out of the gates, day one, that is already done and available for you to immediately go resell is pretty cool. So you don't have to go and create anything. So that's just one instant product. Okay. Second thing, it just opens up another income stream of income. So you can resell this product and earn money without even having to invest in anything else, which, you go and create your own thing or you hire somebody to help you put stuff together, that can add up, right? So having this instant product and then boom, having a secondary income stream available to it is pretty cool. And then addition to that, it's teaching you how to build your own brand. So if you're like, okay, I can talk to somebody about this course and see it as a tool for them to learn this whole digital marketing, but I'm going to learn how to build my brand, and they're also going to have the tools, the very same tools, to build their own brand as well. So as you begin to maybe have your own digital product or service, you're starting to learn what your brand and who you are targeting, who the right niche, and how to figure out who those people are. Because maybe you're like, oh my God, I want to do this, but you don't quite know who that niche is that you need to speak to. It really breaks down and teaches you how to do that. And then, we've talked about this for years. My girlfriend Kiana and I went back and forth about list building, like understanding that email lists is really like your own information and the only way that you can maintain connections with people outside of social media. Because we know social media is not going to last for the rest of our lives, we'd like to think, but we don't own social media. Our followers, we don't own them. They could be gone, in minutes, in a matter of seconds, right? So being able to learn how to list build so the right people that will be interested in what you have to offer is going to be crucial in learning how to have digital marketing become an asset. And I love the time efficiency. So anyone that has like time management issues, I mean, I have ADD, I'm all over the place, like work on one project, and then zing, I'm like over to the next one. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I got to finish this. It's kind of like me doing my grocery list that I was doing before this. And then I'm like, oh, I'm going to go do a podcast on Master Resell Rights. Why not? Right? Just kind of how my brain works. But I found that even in just this short amount of time that I have been, that I purchased this course, it's really helped me kind of taper down and focus on my efficiency of time. My kids are back in school now, and I'm like, oh, balls to the wall, time to get back and refocus on business. I have a nutrition practice. That's my priority. My goal is to continue to serve my clients, mostly more one-on-one clients now. And also, you guys know that some of you guys know that I have a course called Become Macro Minded. It's a nutrition-based course. And I have two other courses that I have created, but those are not Master Resell Rights. However, wheels are turning. How can I turn those courses into a Master Resell Rights licensing? So somebody that is in my field and maybe new to it could have something that they can turn around and sell as their own. So that's where my wheels go. And, again, I've been in this for 15 years. So I've created and I've spent lots of time and money on putting these together. But for somebody that might be new or just wanting to have a kind of another product to sell right away, this is actually a really, really efficient product to utilize out of the gates until you kind of come up with a secondary product. So again, having this Master Resell Rights course, this Learn and Earn Profits, and the roadmap, that is one product that you get to sell over and over and over again. And, I'm not one to really smear money all over the place because not everybody is going to make the same amount of money. And of course, there's a lot of legalities to it. So, it's all about your time and effort and your ability to put into the business to be able to see the returns of it as a profitability. But people are making an extremely solid income in a short amount of time. They're learning it and they're getting out there and they're speaking about it. They might not have all the answers, but a gal that I connected with that was in the same industry, she's doing pretty good in her first month, like 5 figures good. Now, is that going to be the same repeatable for me? You know what? Who knows? Time will tell. However, I've already been able to see a turn in profit for me because other people in my sphere, in my circle of influence, understand this as a powerful product to immediately turn around and sell. And then alongside of that, kind of the secondary element to it is that this is a way for you to create your own digital marketing product. And it teaches you how to do it all so you have something that you can create and that you can sell for whatever. Maybe you are creating meal plans. I mean, just because I'm in that space, you're a nutritionist and you have meal plans that you've, come up with all over time that you've built. You could turn around and sell it in a bundle to somebody that just needs something right out of the gates. Or if you are a teacher and you have this awesome journal that you created to help you time manage and to get your curriculum for the year laid out, and you've created a journal, you can sell it, right? And if you go and you look on Etsy, what the top products are that people are buying meal plans, they're buying journals, they're buying to-do lists, they're buying basically anything that's going to make their lives easier. So go look to see what the top 10 are. But if that is anything that you know that you've done or that you need, or your people need, you can create that product. And that's the kind of secondary, the additional stream of income, if you will, outside of this main course being a product. And no, you don't even have to sell this course to anybody. There's no requirement, but why you wouldn't see that to be a major advantage to make that money back as 100% profit, it makes a lot of sense to me. So who really could this be for? Like, who really was going to benefit from the Master Resell Rights in this industry, in the digital marketing industry? So how I see it, affiliate marketers. So anyone that has used a product and been able to offer a discount to somebody else is an affiliate. So I'm an affiliate for a number of different ones. First form with their clothing, I can tell people, hey, I love this sweatshirt. I love the pants, the way they fit. And anyone that goes and orders it from my link, then I get credit for it. The same for there's a umpteen dozen brands. In fact, majority of the products and the brands out on the market today, they are going to affiliate marketing because it's a cheap way for them to get their product and their service out to other people, aside from doing ads. Some of them may do ads, but if you're familiar with affiliate marketing, you kind of know what I mean. This is huge for affiliate marketers. Along those lines, I would even say anyone that's been in the multi-level marketing industry, network marketing of any sort, maybe in your past, you hated it, you're burnt out, the effort you put into it, and the income that you made as a result, it wasn't worth it. This digital marketing is worth resurfacing and seeing it fit into whether you went back to work or maybe it's another way for you to have an outlet, financial outlet, or just something to do or create a legacy for your kids, right? Bloggers and content creators, Master Resell Rights is a valuable asset for you to enhance your blogs, your social media, anything you're creating, you already have an influence, right? So being able to enhance that, whether selling this course or creating a digital product or service that is now just going to get out to a wider audience because of what you've learned in this course. E-commerce store owners, right? If you've got like online store for clothing, whatever, apparel and clothing or same thing, whatever you might be selling, stickers, water bottles, hats, you name it, this is a really great tool to be able to include into that. Of course, email marketers, you can build your email list by sharing with other people on your list about this Master Resell Rights, and or maybe you're creating what's called private label rights. So you might have something you've created. Let's say you've created a journal and now you're going to be able to sell that journal as a private label rights. So you've got a very just basic template. They can take that template and then they can brand it as their own. That's a private label rights. So that's what I was talking about in anyone that's created that you can do these offshoot digital marketing pieces. You can create your own digital product, but you can also private label it and then sell it to other people. So, you can start to see how this starts to open up all these different streams of income. And then, of course, like me, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant. I coach in nutrition and fitness. I consult with business strategies in the digital space now. So taking that and expanding on it, and doesn't end with coaches and consultants. It's, again, real estate agents, anyone in the financial space, whether you're a mortgage broker or an accountant or a financial planner, anyone that you connect with, insurance agent online, or you connect with them through video, then this is a really awesome and valuable tool. So this is becoming such a new wave, and it's coming out like full throttle, to the point where like maybe not everybody's really grasping it to understand it, and just maybe doing it and then just running with it, which is fine, as long as they're understanding the legalities and the liability limitations and all of that, which is great, because this course has all of that dialed in. So what your legal rights are, that there's no guaranteed income, but not all of these courses are created equal. So I highly encourage you to do your research. If what I do is interesting, you will have the information in the show notes. You can always ask me, send me a message. I am an open book. I have nothing to hide. I'm not here to cram any of this down your throat. I just figured this is an appropriate time to bring it up, because I've been more open and I've been talking about it. I've got a new Instagram page called Taryn Perry Biz that is just solely talking about digital marketing and every aspect of business. And I'll be keeping my main Taryn Perry Instagram page for my fitness and nutrition clients, and just, acts of inspiration. And who knows what else I come, shoot from the hip on that. But understand the quality of the product and the relevance of it that you're choosing to resell. So right now I only know of these two, and I love that they've merged and they are now 2-in-1. So there's tons of opportunity still. And I think it's interesting too, because I think as you see it, the initial thing that crosses your mind is, oh God, I'm too late. It's saturated. You know what? I'm not going to be able to do well like these other people that got into it. There's under 10,000 people that have purchased this course. 10,000 people. So you're just seeing a small scale, because the algorithm on your Instagram or your Facebook is catching on that you're interested in this, however you've watched it, and recommending other pages. So it seems like it's saturated. It's not, because your character, your personality is going to come across to somebody else way different than maybe I will, right? Somebody likes, trusts, and respects you. And so they're going to be interested in how you bring it to their attention, versus maybe someone like me to someone that doesn't know me, right? So just remember that when you're like, oh, it's too late, I can't do this. And it's not unnecessarily about selling this course. It's about creating maybe a digital business for yourself that is along the lines of what you're passionate about, learning how to become a better real estate agent, learning how to help other people getting into, maybe learning how to buy a home. Like what's the checklist that they need to know? Yeah, there's a ton of free material out there, but what is really invaluable content that you want your clients, or you want your prospective clients to know before they buy a house? Right? Or before they go to the mortgage lender, or before they go to the real estate agent, right? So there's so many different avenues to take this. But just to kind of sum it up, because I can go on and on about it, Master Resell Rights can be an invaluable asset in growing your digital marketing business. It's a tool, okay? It's 80 in-depth videos, and they're adding on constantly just to keep things fresh and innovative. But 80 in-depth courses that give you step by step that you can use as a tool for yourself to grow your own business, or it becomes an immediate product that you get to turn around and resell, because you've bought the licensing rights to do so at 100% profit. So kind of cool when you're trying to like wrap your brain around and really kind of and digitize your business, but really understanding the capacity of digital wealth. All right. And money might make you kind of squirm and like feel icky, but it really shouldn't be. I want you to feel empowered to talk about money, because we all want to be able to leave a legacy behind for our kids. I have teenagers, so I'm already thinking to my almost 18-year-old, my niece, she'll be 18 in like 9 months, but also how this can be a tool for her after she graduates high school, and she can take this and run. And I'm talking to a couple girlfriends about their kids that are 18, how this can be something that will help them create wealth for themselves as they're going through college. So maybe they're not going and working a job while they're in college, but yet they can finish their studies, sit down on the computer, bang out 1 to 2 hours on understanding the course or connecting with people that are like them that want to create generational wealth for themselves at such a young age. Because our younger demographic, our teenagers, and our millennials are the ones that really understand digital marketing. I'm almost 45, and I've been in this since 2008, and it was very, very new. Facebook, Instagram wasn't even a thing. I think MySpace was fading out. So I've had to learn all the iterations of online marketing, and this just makes it efficient. And I love that it's just broken down, that you don't have to hire or pay somebody to go figure this out. Whereas I did years ago, I had to have somebody figure out all the SEOing and the email list and, blogging and all that kind of stuff. And, that's because I just couldn't wrap my brain around it. There's coding and there's HTML. There's all these words that were just way out of my scope. This is dumbed down. This is literally like digital marketing for dummies, right? I mean, and I'm not insulting anyone, but that's really kind of the simplicity of it. So I hope this kind of brought a little bit more clarity to what digital marketing is, and mostly in the Master Resell Rights licensing, how it could be opportunistic for you, how it can be a product. And again, I'll have all the information in the show notes. I've got a lot of information that you can expand on, but again, I'm an open book. But I do hope that you enjoyed today's episode being completely different and just talking about unlocking digital wealth and just having a better understanding about digital marketing and how this can be something that you get to benefit from as well. So that being said, you guys have an awesome day. Keep learning, always keep learning, evolving, and I look forward to talking with you really, really soon. Take care.